Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm just gonna get right into it. So I am picking up on I feel like there's a lot of people in your energy right now. Picking up on someone who's you've been working on yourself, working on staying in your lane, but just whole bunch of cards just fell. But it feels like there's people in your energy, and I was picking up on Killer Queen by Queen and Your Idol by Saja Boys. So I definitely feel like there's not necessarily problems with you, but problems with your relationship. And I don't mean problems, but I mean there's just people in your energy. So the cards that fell were Judgment, Five of Wands in reverse, and Strength upright. So we're just saying you have really good judgment right now. You're very tapped in. You are relying on your inner strength, and you're following your own moral compass and your own emotional guidance system. And this is the time of reckoning. And I've been picking up on this energy a lot in my own life, and also just throughout the tarot reads that I've been doing for myself, but also for the channel. This is the end of 2025, this time that we're in November to December, and then also into January, is a huge period of transformation that you are in, that the world is in right now. And I do feel like it's kind of a dark night of the soul that we're ending. And we're figuring out, on a personal level, but also on a societal level, we're figuring out what we want to take with us into this next phase of our lives. What do we value? What do we care about? What's important to us, right? And it could be that you are also awakening into this, into some changes that you need to make in your life. And figuring out, do I want to continue building my life in this way? Right? Maybe in this environment, in this home. Do I want to take these beliefs that I've been buying into with me? And I do feel like God is definitely helping you. Spirit is helping you. You're not alone. And this is definitely a time of a lot of self-reflection. And it could be coming up in tower moments, because your body is very drained. I know I've been incredibly drained. You could be really tired, fatigued, maybe having headaches or stomach aches. Just maybe I feel like you're feeling it in your physical body. And so what's happening is there is a release of struggle, a release of things that are no longer serving you. And it's through this conflict. And you are figuring out okay, what am I bringing with me into this next phase of my life? What actions, what institutions do I want to continue pouring my energy into? Because what you pour your energy into is what you're going to get back in your life. And I feel like you're really relying on your inner strength. If you're not, then Spirit is saying this is a time to look inward. This is a time to focus on yourself, focus on your dreams, really look into your soul, into what brings you alive, what sets your heart chakra on fire, what feels good. And, fall back on that, fall back on your core values. And I really feel like there's a message here of not buying into what society or your family or your parents, because I was getting also a dark feminine energy. This could be your mom, this could be a boss, this could be an older sister, but it definitely feels like mother wounds of on a couple of things. One, you are realizing that you do not need to stay in situations just out of obligation, out of an emotional past of feeling oh, I owe them this, or I'm not being a good friend, or I'm not being a good, daughter or son or a sibling. Staying in things and continuing to put your energy and pour into them, and and you're your life force, and your mind and your body, and like realizing what things, like what, I feel like you're realizing like people, some people and situations are always going to be that of strife, of conflict, of butting heads, of struggle. And I do think it's a lot of like generational trauma and karma. And you're realizing you're falling back on your inner strength and your vision and what you know to be true. And like, and on your dreams. And I feel like there's like, you have very good judgment. And I feel like you're realizing like, I just simply, like, you're done. I think we're all reaching a point of just being done with it, like being done with the bullshit, being done with the fighting. Sorry, there's a noise. Of just being done with like what's like the conflict of fighting yourself. And you know, when you fight yourself, when you fight yourself, it manifests on the outside as well. Yeah, you're moving on from situations that aren't serving you. Spirit is saying, don't be afraid to take initiative. Don't be afraid to cut ties. We have the Page of Sword in reverse. You know, I think that you are at this point of like looking back in your life and your family. I really do feel like this is very family oriented, or like either your parents and like your home life, or the family that you have now, like the people surrounding you, your community. And like you're releasing this need to, or this obligation to perpetuate systems and situations and like dynamics that you don't feel good about, out of obligation, out of the need to be like a good friend. I really feel like this is a lot of codependency of like, if you staying in relationships, situations, out of this feeling of, well, I have to, like, what are they going to do without me? You know, that's what I'm supposed to do. That's the role. I'm being a good daughter. I'm being a good son. I'm being a good friend. But really, Spirit's saying like that's codependency. If you don't know what codependency is, look it up. It's truly eye-opening, because I do think that a lot of us fall into codependent relationships. And Spirit is saying like, you know, you are being asked to, don't be afraid to walk away, to cut ties, to focus on the things that you actually want. And this is the perfect time for it. And Spirit and God and your spirit guides are here to guide you. And it's not complicated. It's not complicated at all. It's very, very simple. And it's just looking inside yourself and grasping on that strength and being in your center. And that center is just peace. That center is just, you know, knowing that you have worth as a person. And like, you are just walking away from like interactions that aren't helping anyone. And that's the thing, like they're not helping you. You feel bad. Everyone else in that situation also feels bad. And although it may be conflict to walk away, it will help everyone in the end, even them. Even if you're saying, how can it help them if I'm walking away? Because like they'll be left in the lurch. They'll be up shit creek without a paddle. But Spirit is saying like, no, you and them have fulfillment coming in, have beautiful cups, like beautiful like family, community. And it's because you are walking away and you're releasing. I feel like you're like really deep into some, like in some situation, in like a relationship, or it could just be like family, and you're like, well, how can I, they're my parents, like how can I walk away? And Spirit is saying like, no, you can always just walk away. Like marshal your inner strength. You have everything you need. And when you walk away, you can start to build something that actually looks good, that actually feels good to you in ways that you want. Because I do feel like you stepped into these institutions. You were like born into them. You were thrown into them. It was like out of things beyond your control. You didn't actually consent to them. You didn't actually like help build this scenario. Not your monkey, not your circus. You can just walk away. And once you walk away, other people will be coming in to help you build something new. We have the Three of Pentacles. New businesses, new like homes. new environments, new collectives, new communities, and ones that actually fulfill you, that feel good and like you want to go home to, right? I feel like you go to places, you go to whatever the situation is. I do feel like it's a home, a family. It could also just be like a really close-knit friend group, or like a really close-knit work environment. It could be like a really small business where you feel like you owe these people something. And so just saying no, once you walk away, once you refuse to perpetuate this, to be a cog in the network that makes this whole machine work, you have emotional fulfillment coming in. Let's see what else. I'll get a couple more. I'm trying to keep this video short. What else should they know, Spirit? What other insights? So, don't run away from this feeling. It's right. I do feel like you're coming to a breaking point. Yeah. And it's like, I really do feel like it's kind of it's the darkness right before the light. You're going to be surprised by like how good you can feel, how good, how much love does come into your life. How once you leave this scenario and once you decide to just stop doing the things that you don't want to do, that don't fulfill you, and focus on like spirit, focus on that as your guiding light, as the God within you reflects the God in the universe. Like, you're going to feel your life force coming back to you. You're going to want to create things, and you will create things. Like, yeah, freedom. Yeah. I feel like I'm preaching to the choir. You already know. You're at this point where you're like, I'm done with it. I'm done with their BS. Like, I don't want codependent relationships. I don't want fake friends. I don't want toxic workplace environments. I'm done with that. And I am moving on. I'm moving on to build my own empire, to make my own family, to create, to choose to spend my time creating things that I want to, that I'm inspired to do. And once you do that, like, you're going to have so much love, and you're going to be surprised by how well it works out and how much love is like coming from you, from different sources, from new friends, new family, new lovers, right? I feel like this is a gift from the universe. Like, once you step away, this is the universe sending you a Valentine. And the Valentine is freedom. You can see like you have this same kind of effects here of like flowing out. It is freedom. This is the cage that you've been in, and you're like realizing like, I'm done with this. I'm done living in this cage of circling my cage over and over and over and over. Feel like I'm repeating the same day over and over again. Feel like I was in the same toxic cycles. And you're breaking free. You're breaking free. We're soaring, flying. There's not a star in heaven that we can reach. Yeah, I'm flying. Now you're breaking free. You might be a High School Musical fan. Soaring, flying. There's been a huge shift just in this reading, a huge shift. Yeah, Palomino. This card, I freaking love this card. This card is all about freedom, going your own way, galloping on your own pasture, like being a wild, untamed horse, breaking out of your enclosure. Like, also they're gold and white, like realizing that you have all the power you need. Like, build your own home, build your own business, build your own pathway. You're not afraid to go on your own pathway. And this card is all about freedom. And I started this reading, like coming into this reading very much so like being focused on this energy of other people and of these relationships and environments that were, constraining you. And there was just a huge flip in this reading, a huge energy flip. And you are in this energy flip. So know that it's coming. If you're not already on the other side, Spirit is saying rest in that. Rest and know that you're galloping towards freedom. Your body is shedding that trauma response, shedding the ingrained fear and guilt and shame. And as you run and you run and run faster and faster and get farther away, it's all just going to blow off of you. Like the wind in your hair is going to blow it out. You're going to be clean and running towards your new beautiful future. So thank you so much for coming. I'm sending you so much love, so much light. You're a badass, and you're not afraid to, you're just not afraid. You're not afraid to build your own empire. And I'm right there with you. And we're all right there with you, all of us on this journey. And once you start actually living for yourself and building the things and contributing, to the businesses and the work and like doing the work that you actually want to do, you're going to be so surprised by how many people you meet that want to work with you, that want to help you, that want to invest in you, that want to spend time with you, like learning about you, learning about where you've come from and where you're going and your dreams and aspirations and everything. So I hope this resonated. I love you. I'll see you soon. You got this. Bye.